Hi, I'm James.
I'm Theo.
And together we are...
Experiences with my father.
So today, we're doing something he has no idea about.
Because he's killing me with it.
Yeah. So, this video came in my mind months ago. Actually, when we were in Florida. Yeah.
Clues.
And Theo, we were in a shopping mall and there was a Tesla store. And Theo is obsessed with Teslas. Loves Teslas. And I've not been the kindest about Tesla, if I'm completely honest. I'm not that keen on electric vehicles. I'm not sure about them. So Theo came up with this thing of like, well, Dad, you can't make a decision on something. You can't say these things if you've never driven one.
Oh my god, you're not.
So we're going to test drive a Tesla.
Oh my god, yes.
We are going to test drive a Tesla Model Y.
Oh, what? A Model Y?
Yep.
That's like the most expensive one. How are they trusting you?
Thank you.
No offense.
Thank you. It's a new, brand new Model Y, so it doesn't have the gull-wing doors. They don't have the gull-wing doors anymore.
A what?
On the Model Y. The brand new ones don't do it, apparently.
That's the Model X then. Do you know, so, okay, I might as well give you some Tesla facts while we're here then. Do you know...
Whether you want them or not.
Do you know the Model X that has the gold wing doors? I think that's the gold wing doors.
Oh, maybe.
I'm sure it's the Model X. Now, the doors, if it has sensors, so if it sees a car, it does it in a different way where it actually lifts like that. And
Oh,
you go
right.
like that.
Clever.
So, but if it's like just doing normal parking, you go like that. Which is very impressive.
As I say, I'm not in the market for an electric car.
Unless he sees this
I'm not
video.
sure whether I would ever want to buy an electric car. However, Theo has, made this point that I make all these comments and conclusions and what have you about electric cars, and I worry about their battery long life and range anxiety and all this sort of stuff. And so a great friend of mine, Charlie, thank you, Charlie, told me how easy it was to book a demo with Tesla to have a go in one of their cars. And so I had the choice of a Model 3 or a Model Y. So I decided to go for the Model Y because it's more my sort of vehicle. So we're going to have a look. And so I'm not sure how they're going to be about us videoing it. So we'll probably turn up at Tesla, go through the motions, and the next time you'll see us, we'll actually be in the Tesla. And then what we'll do, hang on a minute, sorry. And then what we'll do is we'll drive somewhere, somewhere easy to us to sort of actually get out and have a proper look around it, go through the tech in it, and take it for a spin. So, join us.
We'll probably do it in a minute, knowing how apparently they're not 60 speeders on that thing, so...
Well, this is it. I don't know whether they're going to sort of turn those things off. They might well do, because it's a demo car. They might not let the is it ludicrous mode and stuff like that.
There's ludicrous
it may not have
plus.
it.
Yeah, they may not have it, but you can still do a north of 60.
Yeah, we can still see how quick it is.
Because the ludicrous plus, you have to even sign a little form. So.
Oh, I do. Do you want to do it, or I want my mummy sort of thing on the screen? Is that one you're on about?
You want my what?
On the screen, I think if you go into like ludicrous or ludicrous plus, it's like, are you sure? And you click yes. Are you really sure? And you can either press yes or no. I want my mummy.
Really?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Do you know what it says on the first one though on it as well?
Mm-hmm.
It also says, doing this could literally destroy your battery.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You sort of think, it's great to have the acceleration and all that sort of stuff, but why would you make something on your vehicle? Why would Tesla design something on a vehicle that could actually destroy its own battery?
Well, it doesn't destroy it. Just means it'll run out of charge quite a lot quicker.
Well, yeah, because obviously you're doing it. So
you're doing hyperspace.
You're putting the battery through it. So yeah, so that's basically where we're off to right now.
Yes.
So hopefully I won't be nagged afterwards. When are we getting a Tesla? When are we getting a Tesla? When are we getting a Tesla? Because we probably won't be.
How dare he say such a thing?
Well, we also want to do a camper, and we want to do a camper conversion, and that'll be happening before any change of cars. So.
True. Yeah, you'll also join us on that eventually.
Yep, that's another one of the many things that we're going to get up to, and there'll be more videos on the salon as well. So, yeah, lots going on. So anyway, we're going to wrap this up now, and the next time we'll see you will be in Tesla country.
A few moments later.
So we're here.
Tesla star. I'm in a Tesla star.
We are here at the Tesla.
With Teslas.
Teslas everywhere. So we're just going to go inside now, get it all sorted, and go and grab one.
Oh yeah.
Let's show you what we can see. So there is a lot of Teslas. We were having a competition on the way down here. Who could spot the most Teslas? Theo won. Surprise, surprise. So here we are with a Tesla Model Y. So Theo, why don't you walk us through it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So we've got. Let's do the was it called the frunk? The front? No, this is the frunk. This is the front because there's a front boot. Or you can ignore me. So this is the front boot. This is the frunk. This is a dual motor, long range vehicle. So obviously got a massive. To be honest, you could probably put a small grocery shop in that, no problem. So we'll close it down. Let's go back to the rear.
Wait, that's how you do it, and then you push it. Like, okay, a bit harder. There you go.
Right, there we go. He knows better than I do. Right, okay. So then we're going to go round to the back. Here we go.
So here we have the boots.
Yeah.
With a very big boot, let's be honest. As well as these.
Excuse me.
Well, not revolutionary, but I've never seen this before. It's the deepest well I've ever seen. If you come up close.
Well, if you put your arm in there,
Yeah.
it shows just how deep that is.
And the cool thing is I don't know if Tesla do it or another company, but they do these special pockets so you can snap around here. So
Oh,
you can
right.
put like loads of big stuff in it.
Cool. And then, so as Theo says, got to speak a little bit loud, just in case you can't hear us. You got a really decent sized boot.
You got some buttons over there that we're too nervous to push.
Oh, that'll be to put the rear seats down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. And then you've got underneath here,
It does it autonomously as well.
you've got another rear boot as well. So you've got an extra boot.
It looks like it's a nice
So do you want to close that?
Yeah.
There we go. Right then, Theo, if you go around to the right, jump in the back. That's it, the right, that's it. Jump in the back.
And yes, before all of your viewers complain, I know how to use all these dots.
So jump in the back, tell us what you think.
Very nice.
So decent leg room,
Yeah, very good legroom.
decent headroom,
Very decent headroom.
so rather
I
comfy.
think from you it looks quite side, but it's got like a sunroof over here that expands.
Yeah, it's got a panoramic roof, hasn't it?
It's a lot bigger than.
So here we are back in the car. Basically it's a lot quieter in here. So in here, some really nice features actually. It's got a glass panoramic roof. I quite like these little spotlights as well
Yeah, very
around the place. They're rather nice. So as you can see in here, we've got a very happy little Theo. Nice little features. I quite like this. I quite like how this hasn't got really much of a surround. That looks quite nice. I would say that's a bit naff. That little cover is a bit cheap and naff. It's a bit, yeah, I'm not as keen on that if I'm honest.
Magnetized.
Yeah, I haven't tried the stereo system out on this yet, but we will do in a minute.
Eventually, we'll find it out.
We've got a massive cubby hole here. And we've got drinks holders. Another huge cubby hole there.
Oh, it goes under there as well.
Hmm?
It goes under there.
All right. Oh no, there's not break there. Key.
There you go.
There we go. So, and then obviously you've got this system, which the lovely guy at Tesla tried to sort of show us about basically, and sort of say, oh, this does this. There is so much on here. You can see you've got your dynamics. You can choose how the steering weight is, stopping mode, stopping mode, acceleration. You got your charging, what's left on the battery so far, and so much. Over here you've got controls like opening the boot, opening the bonnet, autopilot, and apparently you can set all this up. So when you buy one of these, you set all this up, and then what you do is you save it to your phone or your key, and then that is your profile, and it will go back to that. So if you're sharing the car with a couple of people, how many people did he say? 6?
You can fit way more.
No, I think he said 6 people. Let's not fit, but let's be sure about what we're saying to people.
Oh yeah, you can, but I mean, like for seats, yes, you can fit 6 people. If you're going to try and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No. You misunderstand what I mean.
Yeah.
What I mean is they, you can record, you can save 6 people's settings to the car.
No, 8. He said 8.
Was it 8?
Yeah,
Good grief. So 6 to 8 people. I thought he said 6. He says 8. So we'll say 6 to 8 people. You can save.
Whoa, that's nice.
So you can save loads of people's profiles, which is quite nice. You've got trips, schedule, navigation. What's this? Safety. Okay. Servicing. We've got the tyre pressures. They're all good. Excellent. Software, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. So we're gonna have a play. What do you do when you test drive?
Yeah,
You
play.
drive it.
Uh-oh.
So
Okay.
this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a look and see what we think, and probably give you a little video. Tried the stereo system out. That's rather good. Quite similar to the Arteon, as Theo says, actually. But the stereo system is very good. It's very comfortable to drive. Got the heated steering wheel on, which is really quite nice, actually. Even though it's, what's the temperature today? 21 degrees. So my first impressions as a driver of this car, what do I think? So it's got regenerative braking. So what's the thumbs up for?
Because I'm hoping you're going to say it's good.
Right, okay. So it's got regenerative braking, which is incredibly strong. So you really have to sort of get used to the whole 1 foot driving sort of way of doing things, basically. Okay, it's bonging at me. I don't know why it's bonging at me. But once you get used to that, it's actually quite good. And obviously it's doing regen braking now. I've done a few heavy foot down launches. We've got the system on. I've got the heated steering wheel on.
We should probably show you one of the launchers.
And
actually.
I've used 4% of battery, which I don't think is too bad, actually. But of course some of that is going to be to do with the fact that I am using regen braking, so that's helping a lot as well. If anything, the steering is getting a little bit warm. So let's have a look. How do we do that? How did I do that? I can't remember. There's so many bits of kit on this car, it's insane.
Yep.
So this is the only problem, I would say. This is the negative. One of the negatives I would give it is that you have to go through this screen to find what you want to do, which sometimes is a little bit.
And by the way, it's just one of the menus. They all go for a giant different menu on every single one, little different tab.
This is it. So this is.
Yeah, exactly. Now you can play around because it's self-driving.
Right, so I'll put the self-driving on, see how it copes. The gentleman did say it may not do so well on this sort of road because it hasn't got definite white lines, but actually it's doing a very good job, to be fair to it. But as you can see, I'm tentatively having my hands near the steering wheel just in case. I do not want to crash somebody else's car. But you know, so far so good. But yes, I'd like to be able to turn around. Oh, actually, is it that? No? Oh, I thought that was a shortcut to that. My hands are on fire. Look what you do with the camera, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Right, so how do I turn? How about I wonder if I were to, how do I talk to it? Heated steering wheel off.
Yeah, it
That
does
worked.
it. Hey, try self-driving, engage self-driving. I want to see if that one works. That one I'll be shocked
Not
about.
when I'm driving the car, my dear boy. Right, again, look at what you do with the
Sorry.
camera.
I'm aiming at the screen. Don't worry.
So if we go to control brake, right. Enable self-driving. This command is not available, so it doesn't like you trying to do that, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I think you have to show that you are still. Jeez, that braking is insane. I would say the regen braking is a little strong. I might see if I can calm that down, because Luminate, right, where's she going? Ooh.
Yeah, it's not the 60 speed and a half. The car's already complaining, saying we're idiots.
So yes, it moves when you want to, which is great actually, because sometimes, like then, you want to get out of a situation. So let's test this. So I've got it on auto drive. It's missing that island. We've now got a problem where we've got cars parked. So how is he going to deal with this? Is it going to go around them, or is it going to expect me to go around them?
You'll see. You watch it. Watch this. Ready? No, no, you don't even put the indicator on. Don't put the indicator on.
Okay, it's waiting for me.
No, no, it does.
It's not, mate. I can't. I've got cars waiting. I can't keep waiting for the car to make.
Now,
it
now do it. Now do it.
No,
Okay.
I can't make it.
Don't worry, it does do it, people.
Did not like that. Take control immediately. I have done.
It basically, it will do it. It just really does wait for a clear spot. It wants
Right.
no
Okay.
cars at all. I've seen other people on YouTube do it. And it can even see that Mercedes in the distance. Well, it did a few minutes ago. It's quite impressive. To say the least.
So it's very smooth.
Mhm.
It's very smooth. It's very. You were looking at me now.
Yeah.
It's very smooth. It's very comfortable. It's detected a car and it's having a moment, which is fair enough. I think I just took over then because I put the brake on. You can't help it. You know, at the end of the day, we are in charge of these vehicles. The system seems to be relatively easy to use. I think, to be honest with you, you would be here for a lot of time. You know, working out how to do these things. Stopping mode. How do I? They've changed that. So that's obviously done. So I can't change that, which is fair enough. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, okay. Apply sort of slight force to the steering wheel. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to this roundabout, and we're going to turn right, and we're going to see what it does.
It does that. It does. I'm telling you, self-driving beta does everything a normal driver would do.
Well, we will see, won't we?
You'll see. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to put a slight force to the steering wheel.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right. I think it's one of those things that you do have to get used to. Yeah. It doesn't like the road.
Well, there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's why there's no lines or anything, so you can.
Oh, no, it will. No, do it. The guy gets to
At the end
spot a
of the day,
bike.
I'm the one in charge of it, aren't I?
It just detects the people. That's fine though. Everybody knows. Oh, ready? This is where some cool parts go. A slight force. Gotta keep an eye out for that.
Yes. I've also got to keep an eye on all the traffic, Theo. Okay. So.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first turning made by
Car.
the car.
It would take so long over that. We nearly went through a red light. So I'm not impressed with that. Not happy with that at all. But then I think you've got to be very much aware that you've got to be very much aware that I'm driving on roads which aren't the best, you know, they haven't got the best markings and stuff like that, so we are probably asking a fair bit of the car. If it had, see that I don't like, it got really confused and slammed on the brakes.
It didn't slam on the brakes. It's actually
It
close.
did, Theo. I know you love Teslas.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It actually didn't.
It did.
Okay,
Anyway,
you put in the comments. Did it look like it slammed on the brakes to your camera? Because to me, it didn't. It just swerved a bit. It was like this.
Okay, anyway. I'm going to turn all the auto stuff off now. I'm going to enjoy driving it back to this thing, and then what we'll do is we will probably get back to you from within the Arteon and give it a review.
Should we not play around with some of the arcade features yet?
We've got to get it back to the people, Theo.
We can, but I know we can still play on the arcade features. Yes! We may get a bit more, guys, and with the ladies and gentlemen speed, we will be fine. On the way back, I'll try out the back seats for you, by the way, just to give you a rating.
Right, so we're going to go in here. Jeez, this is bumpy.
Yeah, no.
This is ridiculously bumpy.
It's a Tesla, we can handle it.
I do not want to damage somebody's car.
Oh, Jesus.
Good God alive. Arcade.
That game, you'll see why.
Play special content. Okay.
You have to use the steering wheel, by the way.
Okay.
It also says Tesla. I actually really like that thing.
Right, one player. Yeah, whatever. Continue. We just got to do it quickly. Yeah.
It does automatics. This game doesn't have any like power.
I want volume. I want to hear it. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely bonkers.
Funny or good?
It's a very clever gimmick.
You use the little pads on your thing to launch rockets and stuff.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, I'm crashing again. I'm crashing again.
I can beat him. I bet you. No? I'm doing it with a Tesla now, which is a bit weird. This does feel incredibly strange.
Right, so anyway, we've got to get the car back now.
Yeah.
So we're going to give this up and we're going to go back and
I'm going driving to the water bottle.
we'll see what we think. All right, so see you in a bit. Right, so we are just leaving Tesla Cribs Causeway. So, okay, before we go to my impressions, Theo, what did you think?
Better than I expected, and that's saying something since I already love Teslas.
Yeah, Theo is a big fan of Tesla anyway. So for him to be like better than expected is quite a surprise. For me, there were some pros and some cons. It's got this regenerative braking, which is quite violent.
So you can change in the settings.
Which we can change in the settings, but I couldn't work out how to.
Yeah, because I think they actually didn't allow you. I think they actually set
Yeah,
it
I think
to-
you're right. I think it was set up in a certain way. So I think it's one of those things with a lot of cars these days, with a lot of tech. You buy a car, and then you get it home, and then you spend the next hour or two, week or two, really learning about how it works and what goes on and what have you. But I have to say, I was impressed with it. It drove really, really nicely. We didn't drive it stupidly, far. We didn't drive it stupidly quick. I did quite a few punchy accelerations with it just to see what it did. It moves,
yeah.
to be fair to it. But then, so can this. So I wouldn't say the acceleration on it was drastically better than this. The only difference I would say is it's more instant. This has a little bit of turbo lag. This has a little bit of a you sure? Okay, yeah, let's go.
And I think, and just to let you know, it would be a lot quicker if we put it in. I don't even know if it has ludicrous, but
Didn't have it.
Yeah, it didn't have sport either.
It had sort of like normal or chilled, standard or chilled.
Again, I think they set that up.
But again, that could be because it's a demo car. Which, to be honest with you, fair enough. You don't want to have any, lunatic getting in it and driving it like they've stolen it, because to be honest with you, you're just going to have a broken car, aren't you? We did the autonomous drive. Pros and cons about that. There's a few things I didn't like about it. There's a few things where it got a little bit confused over lanes. It got a little bit confused, and it would put the brakes on quite hardly. I know he says it wasn't, but it was.
It was. Okay, again, leave it in the comments. Stop listening to him now. Just leave it in the comments if you believe it was or
At
not.
the end of the day, I'm the driver. and I felt it was quite aggressive in some of its manoeuvres. I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, but
You want my review?
I
I'll
know,
give you
I
my
know,
review.
but can I say something?
Go on.
As Jamie Clarkson would say, the passengers experience it more, apparently. So I would say...
Well, I don't know, because if it's an autonomous driving, you as a driver are really aware of it because you're constantly just keeping an eye on what it's doing, you know? So I don't know. I think with autonomous, yes, possibly when somebody's driving you, but not when it's on autonomous. That would be my feeling on it.
I think he's just a bit not trustworthy of it as much as he should be.
See, now I'm accelerating, and the Tesla would be a lot quicker than that, to be fair. So I will be honest. The autonomous driving as well is a lot easier to set up than what I've got here. So I've got lane assist on this Arteon. I don't know if we've done a proper review on the Arteon.
It's actually on lane assist, and I don't think it would be.
It's got lane assist on, and then if I press, yeah, that's it, that one there. I think we're on 60 miles an hour, so let's just do, and then I can go up to that. Use our shoulder. It wants me to use the arm shoulder.
Technical issues.
So go to that. Right, we're happy. So this is now on a semi-autonomous drive. So basically what you have to do is you have to put lane assist on, so it's reading the lanes.
Put your hands up quickly so you can prove that you're not lying.
Yeah, lanes on, and then also what you've got is I've got cruise control on, and this is what do you call it? Radar guided cruise control. Okay, so it's found that we've got a forward focus in front of me. It's slowing down, so it's a very similar system to the Tesla. The Tesla system is better.
A lot more advanced.
You know, it's a lot more advanced. You know, you've got things on it which is saying, yes, I know.
But,
It does like me to take control of the steering in this one every now and again. It's now got back onto lane assist. So the lane assist, I've got to admit, I'm just watching this car in front of me. He was braking, so I was just making sure the car was good. This is the thing. It is relaxing, but you've also got to be aware of what the car's doing. At the end of the day, you are the human. You are the one in charge of it. And if you know, if you speed, for instance, like I got caught speeding coming back from holiday, because I was a bit tired, so I thought, you know what, I'll put cruise control on, I'll put lane assist on, and it makes it a much more relaxing drive. The problem was that I didn't realise that the gantry now, over the head of us now, the gantries are showing 60 miles an hour. I didn't notice that, and I went through at 71, and unfortunately I ended up getting a speeding ticket.
What are you doing?
Just going up to the speed limit. So yes, so the good things about the Tesla, I think. What?
I'd have one quick say.
You on?
You're saying the Tesla self-driving wasn't the best, it was quite janky. To be fair, that was only the beta version. Did you not say when it was like
True.
self-driving beta? So it's not full self-driving.
But I think this system's system's better in some ways. I think this system's a bit smoother than that one.
Agreed, definitely agreed.
Okay, so you know, yes, when that system probably has an update, it might even be better again. I'm sure it will be.
It definitely
You know, there was things on that system which I really liked. You know, the screen came up. Everything's on this middle screen, which again I'm not keen on. I'd like to have a little screen in front of me, or at least a heads-up display. But it'll show you, like, you know, trucks in front of you. It'll show you people. All right. It will show you that it doesn't get stroppy like this one. This one gets stroppy if you don't use the steering wheel every now and again. Brain's gone. What was I talking about? Yeah, the screen. The screen's you know, shows you trucks, cars, people. So that's very good. So you know, there are some benefits to it. There are some pros and cons.
and fun video games I already tried out.
Yep.
You had to use the steering wheel to control it. So funny.
Yeah.
So good.
So you got lots of storage inside. You know, you got the front, you got the boot, you got a lot of stuff like that. So that's quite useful. I find these seats actually more comfortable than the Tesla seats.
Really?
Jumping into this one, I find this more comfortable.
I think you're wrong.
which is, well, it's for my comfort, not your
Oh,
comfort.
yeah. For your comfort.
Yeah, for my comfort, this definitely feels more comfortable. My back felt like it was starting to ache, weirdly enough, in that one, and it's not aching in this one.
We did have adjusted lumbar support.
Yeah, I was adjusting it. I've done everything I could with it. So, you know, the thing is, Theo, you desperately want me to want a Tesla.
Yes, I desperately
You know,
want
I'm just being honest in how I felt about it.
I'm still
So
wondering.
what I would say is the biggest thing for me about this is, okay, would I buy a Tesla? I don't know.
Well, that'll be very helpful.
That's the thing is, would I buy a Tesla without him being rude? Would I buy a Tesla? And so the first thing, I don't know. Would I buy a Tesla? I don't know, if I'm honest. What I'd like to do is actually take a test drive in a second-hand Model X. See what I think to the Model X. The one with the gull-wing doors and stuff like that. That I would find quite interesting to see what that drove like, how comfortable it was and stuff like that. I would be tempted to see what that was like. Have I totally thrown out the idea of owning an electric vehicle? No. And that's been my biggest surprise. It's quite nice having a vehicle which is very, very quiet. You know, although this is pretty quiet, to be fair to it. But, you know, having a vehicle that's very, very quiet, very, very relaxing to drive. So yeah, I've not thrown that out of the equation. Whether I go fully electric or possibly hybrid electric, I'm not sure. But I won't immediately say no. I know BMW do a 5 Series electric. I'd be very intrigued to see what that's like. Again, the Jaguars, you know, anything like that. You know, the BMs, Jaguars. We've done Tesla, Porsche Taycan, stuff like that. I'd be very interested to see, you know, what they felt like and what have you. So yeah, I'm not ruling it out that in the future we could end up, the petrol head, could end up with an electric car.
Tesla.
Whether it be a Tesla or not, who knows? But it's not out of the question that we could end up with the electric car. One of the reasons for this actually is I was saying to someone the other day, we've got a little Z4, 2011 Z4. She's an old girl now, bless her, but we still love her, don't we?
Oh yeah.
It's still a nice car. And
the sports car is slower than the family car, which is kind of funny.
yeah, this is it. You know, it's a sports car. It's now really, this is quicker. So it's now more of a kind of like a
Old classic.
well, it's getting towards classic. Well, it's not getting towards classic status, but it's sort of like, you know, rarity and stuff. And it's more about posing with the roof off, really, than speed.
You tell me not to pose.
I tell you not to show off. There's a big difference between posing and showing off.
Okay, seriously, in the comments, what the heck is the difference?
So basically, you know, that was just, you know, a bit of fun, really. Where this is, you know, the sort of mile munching, more comfortable vehicle. So yeah, as I say, I've not totally ruled out the idea of getting electric, maybe even full electric, because yeah, so the reason I mentioned the Z4, the reason I mentioned the Z4 is the fuel gauge hasn't worked for quite a while, and it's a bit of a pain to do, so I finally got the part to fit to it, so I'm just waiting on my very, very wonderful and very, very good mechanic to have time to fit the part, which actually means I've got to run the car and run it out of fuel, run it very low on fuel. So I know I reset the mileometer every time I fill it up, and I know to change it at 250 miles I need to put more fuel in it. I know that. So really, when you think about it that way, I'm kind of using it in a similar way to an electric car with a 250 mile range. So that's, you know, that's where I've kind of thought about things. This Tesla had a 300 mile range, 293 miles at 91%. So just over 300 miles range, probably 320. Now the gentleman, you know, he is a sales guy, but the gentleman was saying to us it can be pretty accurate. So obviously it depends. If you're going to absolutely nail the throttle all the time, off the lights and everything, you are going to get through some range. But you know, to be fair to it, that's exactly the same as in this. You know, this is telling me I've got 70 miles left, 75 miles left in the tank. But if I hooned around in it like I was on fire, then to be fair, it's going to I know. It's going to use some fuel up. You know what I mean? We're going to get less range. So you know, that's a similar sort of thing. The only difference is obviously you've got the charging networks, the fast charging networks, and you know, it may take you a little bit longer to fuel up with energy rather than fuel. So yeah. You're right.
I have problems with my coughing today.
So I'm glad we did it. I'm glad I've driven one. It was very nice to drive. But I think for me, what's interesting is I'm not gutted that I got in this. You know, this also feels very nice to drive. This also feels very, very comfortable.
I'm a bit gutted. I do feel a bit more sad.
You feel a bit more sad?
Yeah.
Why?
Tesla had more fun stuff.
I suppose the thing is that you've got to remember though, mate, you're 10 and a half. I'm in my 40s. And so we look at things in a different way. I look at things about, like, you know, the practicality, the value of it. Is it worth, you know, what they want for it?
Or do they want?
You know, the gadgets. I don't know actually. I don't know how much it is. It's going to be a reasonable amount of money though, isn't it? But you know, am I going to pay that extra? You are not getting in front of me, fella. You are not undertaking me. You fool! You know, I am not going to pay extra money for gadgets that I don't feel I'm going to use. That would just be daft. So it's about, you know, yes, okay, it's got the arcade thing where you can drive a toy car on the screen from the steering wheel. Am I ever going to use that? Probably not.
No, yeah.
You would, but I wouldn't. You know, the fact that it can make it sound like someone's farting when they get in the car. Am I going to use that? Probably once to wind up pops, but then that would be it. So it's those sort of gadgety, silly, juvenile things I'm not that bothered by. It's more about performance, range, you know, battery degradation, you know, range anxiety, comfort for my back. What?
No, I remember that.
You know, comfort for my back, all those sort of things. Those are the sort of things that is going to make the difference, you know, to me in buying a car. But, you know, I'm still not 100% sure if the future is electrified.
Oh, it's not a future, obviously. Maybe not be a future, but it's still a very fun car to have a little electric little something.
Well, I think the thing is, you're going to have to speak louder and clearer for the phone. I think the thing is, everyone goes on about electric being the future, okay? What you have to remember is a number of things. One, electric cars are depreciating quite quickly at the moment. A lot of people aren't buying them. The government turned around and said to people that they were going to put masses of infrastructure in to deal with it. They haven't. They haven't kept up with what they were going to say they were going to do. So, you know, for instance, I've got a friend of mine he's got a Porsche Taycan, and he's lost in 18 months, I think if I remember the figures correctly, he's lost something like 50, he's lost £50,000 of the value of that car. When he bought it, it was worth 120, and then he's been offered, I think it was 70 for it by Porsche 18 months later with like 5,000 or 6,000 miles on the clock. So they are losing their value quite rapidly, which in one sense you sort of think, well, if you're not worried about that and if you're thinking about buying second hand, then now might be the time. So and you've got the battery life, battery longevity. Like the thing with a petrol car is that if something goes, unless it's a big thing like the engine, but if something goes wrong, you know, like the turbocharger goes wrong or the cooling system goes wrong or whatever, you can replace that for a few £100 and off you go again. If the battery dies, that's thousands of pounds. That's that would be, well, you don't need to do much maintenance on an electric car. My sister's got an electric car. She's got a Nissan Leaf, and they were sort of saying they had it in for a service. I think Nissan had it in for a service, and it's like, well, what do they do? And they're like, well, they change the pollen filter. I think they check the brakes. I think they topped up the fluid in the washer. That was it, really. There wasn't a lot. Give it clean. There wasn't a lot to do. You know, pollen filters are what, 12 quid, and they didn't replace the brakes. They just checked them. So you know, checking the brakes free. You don't need to replace the brake fluid as often as you know, every service. Bit of fluid, bit of pollen filter, bit of a clean. You know, that's not going to cost Nissan any more than probably 35-40 pounds to do that, and yet they're charging, you know, over 150 or something like that pounds to do it. So the maintenance side of an electric car is less, so you could do the majority of it yourself. However, you're right, if there's anything big gone wrong with it, yeah, you're at the mercy of the dealers, really. So yeah, it's been an interesting one for me. I hope you've had a great time.
Oh yeah.
You know, going around in this nice Tesla, and it was very nice. Loved the panoramic roof.
The power.
Loved the acceleration. And the
speed, I've never got a clue where it actually goes.
I've got a clue actually. But the acceleration, the practicality, the heated steering wheel I really liked. Definitely want a car with a heated steering wheel next. That's
The little arcade thing of the steering wheel, that's a good touch of Tesla.
Say again?
The little arcade thing, the steering wheel, that's a good touch
Yeah,
of Tesla.
this is it. You like the gadgets like that. So yeah, I was impressed. I was more impressed than I was expecting to be.
Put a thumbs up emoji in the comments for Tesla.
So yeah, that's it really. That's us done for now. We're going to go home. We're going to do another review actually when we get home.
Oh,
Don't say anything.
Let's just say it will be hot nicely. It'll be. I can't think of a right.
Hot and thirst quenching.
No. It will be warmly inviting.
Warmly inviting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a new one. So yeah, we'll see you on that one. So thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you liked our little very quick review on the Tesla. We could only have it for an hour. I booked that through their app actually. Yep, I booked that through their app. You literally go on, get the app off Google Play or iStore, and you can book a demo drive. And I think it'll depend on how busy they are. You kind of book half-hour slots. And he said to me, "Look, do you want it for an hour?" So I'm like, "Yeah, brilliant." So we drove around in it for an hour, and I used 4% of battery. So that's not too bad. That's something to remember.
Nice.
So yeah, so that was quite impressive. And as I say, I was being quite eager with the accelerator, and it was being quite eager with the regen braking. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed our very quick little review of it. As I said, we could only have it for an hour. Any car manufacturer who wants to give us a car for a little while to test drive, I love cars. I'm a massive car fan.
I'm a massive car fan.
Yeah, we're both massive car fans.
And I had a drifter car in simulators.
But we look at cars in different, you know, for different reasons. Theo loves the tech, the gadgets, the toys, which I do as well. But I also look at it as a sort of driving machine.
I also like speed.
And what practicality that would give me and what have you. So yeah, anybody wants to, you know, send something our way, I'm more than happy to have a go and give an honest review. That would be great. So anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. Please remember to
like and subscribe and hit the bell notifications.
If you couldn't hear that, because there is road noise and he is mumbling.
Maybe it'd be better in a Tesla because how quiet it is.
If you'd like to like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell, that would be wonderful. I've come off at the wrong exit. I've come off at an exit too soon. Oh well, we'll go a different way home. We'll go a little bit more picturesque way home. So yes, actually, that gives me another idea of something to do. So yeah, so basically, yeah, hit the bell, notifications, like, subscribe. Please leave a comment. Always helps the channel.
Maybe share even.
Yeah, and share and you know, tell your friends and what have you. And we will see you hopefully
on the next one, which will be in about 10 minutes.
Well, no, because it'll be a few hours because I've got to edit this one. Which, you know, a lot of people actually are going to sorry, we do this a lot on our videos. We go off on tangents, so I do apologise.
Yeah.
We follow the Lodge guys. Really like the Lodge guys. Well, you've seen quite a few of their videos.
I've seen 2 of them.
A lot of people have a go at Lee on the Lodge guys because it seems like Nick does most of the work, like especially when they've done their doing up the van vlog, which I'm going to be watching from the start again, because I want to do a van and we'll do a vlog about it as well.
It's going to be awesome.
A lot of people go, oh, Lee doesn't do much, he just, you know, hand screws and what have you. Lee does all the editing apparently for their videos. That is a lot of work, trust me. To produce a video which is like, say, 20 minutes, half an hour long, I can spend at least 2 + 3 maybe hours editing that video. It can take quite a long time.
And their videos are more like to 40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So he'll be spending even more time editing. So yeah, you know, what seems like a 10-minute video can actually take a long time to do, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'll edit this one, pop this online, we'll do the next one, and then I'll edit that, and that will go online. Whether they're both up today, whether they're both up a few days apart, I'm not sure. But yes, keep an eye out for them. And as I say, we hopefully see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
Bye.